for this SEC. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got losers finals, map number 1 right on the way. Galaxy versus Unreal Nightmare. Unreal Nightmare, pretty comfy on screen. We just watched them take a tough loss. But now back here and get their lick back into the grand. Galaxy, their own way.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough road. Both of these teams, they're here for a reason. They're looking to extend their guaranteed prizing. This match is basically a play for at least 250 in the bank. So plenty still to fight for both of these teams. As, I mean, that grand prize still ripe for the taking is still Wevy. Able to grab that initial pick onto Wandell. Unreal Nightmare getting some good initial time on P1 here. Skill, I don't know how he gets that one. But even still, will get the point gray for now. But Unreal Nightmare not able to get the setup they would, or apologies. They're able to get the setup they would like for that P2 for now. Just going to try to keep Galaxy on that side of the map for as long as possible. Still now trying to fight through as Yusuf. Almost grabbed the timing there, but it's Poison. Getting one onto Wandell after a trade will open it up a little bit as P2 pops, and already knocking on the door is Galaxy.
Galaxy now trying to make that play through the back, find some kills if they can. Poison in a little bit of a 1v1, gets a couple of tags. Not going to find a kill, though. Secret is finding one onto Wevy, and Skill will pick up another one onto Poison. Secret. And this is just funneling right now for Galaxy. A couple of kills right through the back. Started with that push that we got out of Yusuf, staying alive, just playing his life till his teammates got there. And it's allowed to a pretty good hold so far.
Yeah, already almost 30 on the board, and will finally be ripped off and temporarily broken. How much more points can Unreal Nightmare grab on this P2 as P3 rotations should start pretty soon here, as already Secret in a great spot to try to make something happen. Super Season able to grab one, and a double from Wevy will open up to P3 very nicely. The rotations of Omit, but they're just not enough numbers in the vicinity. Two will go down. Sully grabs one on the side. Poison will get one as well, but still two players standing firm on the point for this Galaxy side, but they're just completely ripped off by Super Season. As Unreal, they get a great piece of control of this P3.
Trying to lock this thing down so they can extend that lead they have, but the break did come through at a Galaxy, and now Unreal Nightmare having to hit a strong regain here so Galaxy doesn't start to extend the lead and get set up towards P4. Luckily, Unreal Nightmare is in that position they want to be, get the re-break, get a couple of kills, force Galaxy to back on up. But once the respawns come through, now it's an open hill. Galaxy trying to rework for that control. Little bit of pinch comes through by Wandell, finding one. Now that game 4 P4 starts to come through. A couple of kills, a couple of players in the back find a kill for Galaxy, and working towards P3 as well. Galaxy, I like the way they're able to get two jobs accomplished at once, but at a certain point we may need to see a lock-in, but I'm not worried about Galaxy or either of these teams being able to do that, really.
Yeah, I mean, a great P3 from Galaxy. Now they do get broken really quick off this P4, but that gives them a lot of time to try to get this hit through. Wevy's going to be in a really hard spot to clear out here. He's responsible for a lot right now. If they spread his information thin, they can try to make something happen. As two found already, as three down from Galaxy. Now make that four is going to lead Unreal Nightmare to getting some solid time and set up basically wherever they'd like towards this P1. Is great free nade from Wevy. It will take down just as still. Looking for more towards this P4. Almost getting a timing was Wandell, but he gets shut down. A Secret will fall alongside him. Skill able to grab one there on a Poison as part of a trade, but it's an extended one and not a great one at that, as now P4 already essentially over. Looking towards this P1 is Galaxy. At the end of the first rotation, it's Unreal Nightmares on top, about 40 points.
Real Nightmare battling straight right through it. Good job on the P4, in a decent position to try to work towards this P2. You did have a player down below. Super Season is able to find a kill. Just trying to work that P2 side. Poison up top. Gonna find a couple onto a 5 spree now. Trying to stay alive in back. Is able to do just that. Good work out of him. Been looking to call his name a lot more. But here's Galaxy Wandell, another key cog in the machine that is Galaxy, as they're working their way back into this game as well. This one's tight back and forth. It is a decent lead here, over 40 points at the moment for Unreal Nightmare. But a Money Hill, a good hold on P2 can change everything for Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, this game is still very easily within one hill. As Super Season able to grab that control of P2 initially here. Going to get challenged out by skill, but the look at the moves from Super Season. Able to get a great timing onto that player is still looking for more. Secret could get flanked up here if he's not careful. That's going to be a tough one to keep control of. Even still, will get taken down after getting one for the side of Secret. We'll be able to get one there as well as hitting through the front side. Wandell gets one, but then falls. And it's all down to the spawns, and those are in the hands of Unreal Nightmare. That'll make sure they get a lot of time here as they need to fight through the back. They need to get these players down and keep control of the spawns, but they just can't do anything. 3 down to the side of Unreal Nightmare. Another great play from Super Season to get that trade. Will keep them on top.
Unreal Nightmare's playing hungry at the moment. I'm talking about that P2 rotation. It just never came through for Galaxy. Unreal Nightmare just kind of beat them on up the entire way through and are playing the trade game quite effectively at the moment, looking to get a 100-point lead, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from that previous series, coming up against a team like Galaxy, who is definitely one of the best in this league. Just like Unreal Nightmare, this has got to feel good right now. P3 is in hand of Galaxy, looking for a huge hold.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. As P3, I mean, they're hitting from the strong side as it's Yusuf to try to cause some mayhem. Gets one as Will get out with their life. A critical piece of infrastructure for Galaxy. They want at least 20 of these remaining 40 on the board for them. Yusuf able to grab 2. Wandell and Yusuf going to combine for all 4. That'll be a great hold for Galaxy. They're able to get those P4 spawns as well. They got those locked and loaded, ready to go. 20 points left on this P3, still looking for more, and they're still fighting for more. As another 4 down from Galaxy would get them a lot of the scrap, as it's going to be Unreal Nightmares trying to hit towards this P4 area, trying to get this positioning to go, but they just can't get anything in the face of skill. 3 down in the blink of an eye as Galaxy, they'll confirm the rest of the scrap and maintain control of the P4. Skill will get killed there by Scully on the wrong timing. Still, Galaxy now within 40, very much within striking distance of this Unreal Nightmare lead with control of P4.
And that 100-point lead cut in half and a little bit more. Good break at Unreal Nightmare just to keep things under control. Excellent 4 dead. Wandell, though, looking to take out all the reinforcements in back. Yusuf does find that opening gunfight win. Around town inside are all players of Unreal Nightmare, but now Galaxy can pinch. They can try to find these kills, get a break of their own. Do find the 1 player on the hill, still 2 more in bedroom to try to take care of. 1 falls. It's just going to be up to Super Season. Webby in the back with those spawns. Come through, come up clutch for Unreal Nightmare. Well up over that 200-point mark now. And excellent work to avoid that hellstorm. Even without the kills, it could have been an influential play. Unreal Nightmare, textbook work there.
Yeah, great plays. Now 224 on the board. Unreal Nightmare looking to continue that spree. Wandell and Yusuf able to grab 2 to get some control over this P1 still. Over top comes Poison in a weird spot to try to make this break happen. It's a good setup so far. 1 will fall, though, early. Secret able to grab 1 there onto Poison. Good trades from Wandell and Wevy to keep it 2 for 2, fighting for this point as income the reinforcements. They still need to make this work for the side of Galaxy. If they can chain P1 into P2, it's still anyone's game. They don't currently have the greatest setup, but Yusuf able to cleave through 2, skill with 1 as well. And now they're able to advance forwards, try to maintain these P2 spawns as much as they can. 20 seconds left on this hill. They can afford to let this drop, but they don't want to. They have to regardless, as this P1 is going to be where the money's made and where this game could be decided. 23 seconds left on the board. Is now down to 13. Apologies for Unreal Nightmare to close this map 1 out.
See what they're able to accomplish here. 12 seconds left on the P2. It is in their hands for the moment. See if they're able to lock it down for the rest. It should be should be their game either way. Just a few seconds left, and impressive work out of the side of Unreal Nightmare in this map number 1. Last second contest is shut down, and there it is, officially an Unreal Nightmare victory.
Yeah, a close map. Galaxy, though, they just felt like they were on the back foot for a lot of that second rotation, first rotation. The third, they looked good, but it's a lot of desperation play from that point when Unreal Nightmare starts to get closer to that 250. As, I mean, by no means an impossible series from Galaxy based off of the map 1. Heading now to Protocol, Search and Destroy, a map that we saw Galaxy play very well on yesterday. And it's going to be, again, tough road to redemption, but one that they, don't have a choice but to walk. It feels, again, like they've got to get this map 2 under their belt, or else this could get out of hand pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And you feel like Galaxy on a map like Protocol, it is an opportunity for them to battle back into this series. It felt like they were hanging around just a little bit too far behind at points, and then that P4 was just seemingly the dagger. It was just a few seconds left needed for Unreal Nightmare, and they extended it ever so slightly towards the P2, but it was just too much towards the end for them to overcome. So now you definitely look towards that Protocol, and we've seen them play well on that map before. I wouldn't be surprised for them to even things up.
Yeah, it's hard to say if I expect them to even it up. I haven't seen enough of Unreal Nightmare on Protocol, at least recently, to say, yeah, this will be definitively. But, I mean, this is about as good of a chance as you're going to get if you're Galaxy. You played very well on this map yesterday. You're heading back into a vault for another respawn on map 3. That's not the greatest position, especially against a team that just fried Omit on that map mode combo. And then heading into Hacienda Hardpoint, I think that's going to be where this series draws to a close, and who's in that driver's seat is going to really depend on that game too.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how it plays out. Strategy-wise, I really like that B hit. Not all the time. I don't think it's consistently a great play, because at a certain point, that team is just going to anchor that backside. You're going to be running into a lot of L triggers. But, just that bang out towards A isn't going to be the best thing for you to do, especially offensively all the time. If you're dominating down there, sure, but it's not that easy. Especially against a team like Galaxy that did just get punched in the mouth. They do have a lot of poise on S&D, but they like to fly around and get active at the same time. So you can't sleep on any one angle too long. You got to kind of be looking in a lot of different places.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting map regardless. I'm especially interested in the Hacienda Hardpoint, assuming we get there on the map 4. I think that'll be a really good tempo setter for a map 5 if we get there, or a good one to close it out on. But, I mean, both of these teams were sent here by Omit. Both of these teams want their run back. They need that opportunity, and they're going to fight tooth and nail for it. I do expect Galaxy to at least make this one a pretty good banger, as this series is going to be, again, it's to decide a good chunk of change. I mean, the third place is a 100, second is 350. You're fighting for at least 250 and a shot at the full grand for first place. I mean, if that's not enough motivation, I don't know what is.
Definitely. I mean, and you talk about the money, and that's certainly important. You're locked in top 3 at this point. You're into the money, and I think both of these teams, the money is there, but both of these teams, number one, want to win. They're most concerned about that number 1 pot. But amongst that, they want to get back to Omit. You mentioned it. Omit sent both of these teams down here, and they are foaming at the mouth to get back and have a chance to set them down in the final series of the season. But still some work to do before we get there. Only one map down in this potential full best of 5 series. Feels like we could be due for one here. It's been a little bit of a shorter side on the stream so far, but let's see what this one plays.
Yeah, I'm especially interested to see if there's more, I guess, complexity going on, but it looks like it's going to be a fast play towards this A side, at least initially. A little bit of a fake out as Yusuf with Bomb getting very, very active. A little bit in no man's land, but does have Wandel to support. Just going to try to make something happen. It looks like towards this B side, waiting for the wrap from some teammates, potentially just holding on to some space. They will get stun checked and spotted out by Webby, but a good first pick from Poison. There's the second, and there's the bomb. as a great play. An individual effort is all it takes in a round like that. Unreal Nightmare, a huge advantage now. They're going to look to try to convert.
Should be just about said and done. Secret does take one away, so now it's down to a 1v2. But Unreal Nightmare, they're just kind of hunkered down on the bomb. They know exactly where it is. Wevy has his eyes directly on it. Poison looking over. Secret trying to work through the spiral stairs. Not going to happen, though. Unreal Nightmare will put a round in their pocket. That's the first one down. That was nice work out of them. Once they got that bomb down, they really just focused on it and didn't try to get crazy. I like that.
Yeah. I will say the only thing I don't like from Unreal Nightmare there, I'd like to see both of them in the spiral staircase close up that door and force the knowledge to be known. I mean, you gave an opportunity to isolate 1v1s there, but obviously didn't come to fruition. They get the round regardless. A good early play from Wevy and Poison, 2 on the board for each of them, both of them halfway to an RCXD. A great start to this map from Unreal Nightmare, especially if they're able to cash in on these streaks. Those RCXDs can be especially lethal towards this tight A side.
Ends up working out. Sully trying to find an angle on a player somewhere. Wevy, though, does give information. Hey, guys, the site's clear. Don't worry. I cleared it myself. Wandell trying to work through spiral. Wait for to gain some information. There it is. Bomb does go down. Poison. And this is just a nice setup here for Unreal Nightmare, making sure that they can play a trade if something crazy happens. So let's see how this 4v4 plays out.
Ooh, that's not a great start for Unreal Nightmare. A good shot from Secret to rip off the first. Used to be able to grab one, but gets traded up by Poison still. Towards the front of the site, Wevy needs to make something happen here. Needs to find at least one, but he'll get... Secret will take down Poison. Now down to Wevy in a 1v3, and he's completely lit up after finding the first. Unreal Nightmare can't convert on the second round. A great retake from Galaxy will set them now level 1-1.
Yeah, that first blood was crucial. And, you know, maybe the chow was a little bit outside of probably what it should have been, getting a little aggressive possibly, but you know, it's all right. You know, it's only the second round of the game. You're still in a good position by winning that first round, so kind of put that knowledge in your back pocket, attack it differently next time.
Yeah, gonna be a tough round for this one. I mean, this one's gonna dictate the pace of this next couple of rounds. That's always how it feels playing at tied game. Still very young for this S&D. A lot still to go as an early hit towards this A side will be stuffed a little bit. Wandell able to grab one. Yusuf able to grab a second on the Super Season. It's a complete meltdown for Unreal Nightmare as they get shredded. As in come Galaxy onto this A side. It's going to be a 2v4 retakes. That bomb will start to go down. Sully's spot is now known, but do they know about Wevy is the question. He's going to try to hit a route through Zip. No player at least holding it right now could give an opportunity, but they start to turn. They start to think, is it's 2 through boat and it's all to go down. Wevy will find one, but there's just nothing left after you get swarmed like that.
Yeah, that early man advantage was just too much to overcome. The aggression didn't really work out for Unreal Nightmare. Galaxy was more than prepared for that, gets the early life advantage, gets that bomb down, and all of a sudden it's a 3v2, and that's a tall task on protocol when that A bomb plant goes down.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, as now Unreal Nightmare, they're in a position where they have a good chance to respond. Now this time they're on the offense. They get to set that pace. There's a couple streaks on the board for Galaxy. It's going to be a big round for Unreal Nightmare if they can shut those down before they get to RCXDs and that sort of extra potential. But a couple players sent down towards this A side, immediately going to make them some noise and then vacate. They're going to try to long wrap towards this B side. A good opportunity for Unreal Nightmares. They still have a player top Grandma's holding that space. They do spot out Secret. No shots found just yet. A Secret going to try to find Wevy. Does get tagged up. Not quite taken down, though, as the bomb play will go down towards this B side.
I like that B play here out of Unreal Nightmare. 4v4 retake. Yusuf just trying to stay alive here. A couple of shots. And, you know, that's the thing with that all-out aggression that we'd seen for the first 3 rounds. I like that change of pace, and it could pay off for Unreal Nightmare here. Need to continue to stay alive. Have the man advantage. Yusuf will gain it right back. Wandell, all of a sudden, left alone in the 1v2, gets the numbers down. Super Season left alone in the 1v1. Can he track Wandell? I think he has a good idea of where he is, but does not catch the timing initially. Here comes the gunfight. Wandell ready. Not enough time for the defuse, however, so Unreal Nightmare will take the round. We're even.
Yeah, even right up. Off the back of that play, though, Wandell is able to get an RCXD on board, so that's an advantage for Galaxy, but Unreal Nightmare, they'll take that trade any day. They needed that round, and especially in the fashion they found it. They found a good attacking pattern that they could lean on for the rest of this map, but it's up to Galaxy to find a response now on that aggressive side. RCXD in hand, I would say not likely to see use just yet, but could be possible that they want to just get this round on the board, keep that streak alive, potentially work towards that Hellstorm even.
That would be huge for them, especially early round, if you could just get it, well, no, as soon as you can get it, and try to get someone out mid, maybe catch someone in a window. Anything could change the game. Unreal Nightmare, big two-piece off of the rip. Finding that good kills. Poison able to pick up a kill. Wandell still on that 4, make it a 5 up towards Zip. So you get the numbers worked down a little bit. Sully falls to the wayside. Super Season, though, let's pick up Wandell. So that's just going to leave Yusuf all by himself in a 1v3. Does have the bomb. That's a tall task to ask.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to get shut down. Unreal Nightmare, they find a couple in a row. A great step towards polishing off this map. But even still, I mean, Galaxy more than in striking distance. And so far this map, it's been a little bit tough for them to maintain space. I think that's the thing they've struggled with a little bit. Their offensive hits have been good, but they even, on their offense, they really hunker down, which is not a bad thing, especially towards that A side, but they can't afford to do that over and over again. It leads to some very mixy fights, and it's all up to coordination and trading from there. As they think they're better than Unreal at that, that's something they can continue to lean on, but on a defense side, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow when you can't really dictate the pace in that way.
No, that's true. And there goes the RCXD, all but a waste. Nothing falling for the side of Galaxy on that one. Still a 4v4, so nothing too terrible defensively for you. Just not the open you wanted. Super Season and Co. now working that bomb down. Do have control. Last time we saw them have control of the A site, didn't exactly go their way. Looking to change the tail here. First gunfight will go towards Yusuf. Doesn't seem like we get a change of fates just yet, but Super Season is in a good position. And Unreal Nightmare, they have just about every single place that they could chow from at a Galaxy covered. Now they just need to win some of these gunfights.
Yeah, they can't go 2 for 1 like that. If you're, Galaxy trying to find onto the bomb. Great shot from Super Season. He's going to get chowed up. View model blocks it, but still, he'll win the fight. Unreal. They are unreal in that round. What a play, as that one came down to the wire.
Yeah, and they clutched that one up. It got real sketchy. Super Season, though. You just stand tall in those situations, and I think Galaxy got to him a little bit on that previous retake, and that first blood at a secret was just a ripper and kind of caught him off guard. Dealt with the first blood a lot better this time, stayed more disciplined to their setup, and it paid off.
Yeah, we see Super Season on a 5 streak, has that RCXD in hand. Now this time it's Unreal Nightmares with the streaks advantage and also the round alongside it. And oh boy, here we go. CDL techs inbound. This is how you hold the B site now. Wedge yourself under that staircase and you're basically impossible to clear. As now they say who cares? We're just gonna break in through this A side. They are gonna get that bomb down shortly. A good play from Galaxy. In comes the RCXD from Super Season that could get dangerous with how in close it is. Gonna need to break it fast. Wandell in danger, will get out. Hugs his flak jacket for good luck, and even still, an opportunity for Unreal Nightmares. They get in close. No bomb plant down just yet. They're gonna have to get it down eventually, as the trophies will allow that respite. Down comes the bomb plant, and in comes Unreal Nightmare. They're able to find some shots on a skill. Will force him to regen, but not much more found as far as space for now. In comes Super Season. Bad timing, though, from Yusuf, and it won't be enough. 2v1, and it's 2v none. Galaxy, they fight back.
It's just such a timing game in that bottom A site. It's like, oh, do I chow? When do I chow? Am I going to meet them there? And it just so happened that Galaxy came out on top of that one. But boy, does he get mixy down there, man.
Yeah, that site, I mean, it almost feels like Vault on that A side for Vault, honestly. It feels so cramped. There's a lot more options than Vault, more, to be fair. I like it a lot more than Vault. But it has that same sort of idea where it's down to a lot of close quarters trading, a lot of trying to catch that timing. And if you're able to, it works out super, super well for you. But again, this time it's Unreal Nightmare. They're going to try their best to hold on towards this A side. Just going to keep collapsed on in. You see Super Season. I like this play from him. Going to get aggressive towards Spiral. This is a really hard spot to clear out quickly for the side of Galaxy. You are vulnerable to stuns, but Super Season now in a 1v2. He'll be forced out, but he forces so much utility alongside him as he'll get out of dodge and hold back the timing. Finding a fadeaway is Poison on that stem tag. Secret able to find a couple of headshots to try and open the site up, but it's Webby to find there. Yusuf able to find 2 on the trade, down to a 2v2 as Yusuf still looking for more. He'll grab a 3rd, looking for number 4. It's Yusuf gets them all. What a play!
My God, I saw that initial 2-piece. I was like, okay, now they really got a chance at this retake. Yusuf's just an absolute menace in the back cave, tearing everything up, slide chowing every which way. Shout out Omni movement here. My goodness, up to 12 and 6, onto a 6-free now. Yeah, wow, look at that, and some body shots just to say that's what I did. My goodness, what a way to get an equalizer.
Yeah, that's going to do wonders for the momentum of this Galaxy side, especially being on the doorstep of a Hellstorm. 1 or 2 kills away from that is exactly where you want to be. That could be something that fully dictates a round. I mean, that completely opens up the A side, or apologies, B side, for this Galaxy team. If they go to that round 10, round 11, I mean, they're going to be the team on the offense in round 11. If they're able to convert with a Hellstorm, that could be a huge piece.
See if they're able to make it happen here. Yusuf only needs to pick up 1. Definitely not trying to get overly aggressive here. It's going to invest that RCXD, and Wandell's just going to cover his buddy while he gets to work. And I like that. You know, don't get overly aggressive. Kind of let Unreal Nightmare tweak out and get a little over aggressive. You do see that push coming through out of Wevy, maybe a little bit of impatience here, but the timing could pay off for him as Galaxy does finally at that moment decide to make a move, and Wevy is going to get that first blood. Poison finding a second. Sully does fall amidst the chaos, so you do get the numbers at least dwindled down a little bit. Now, clearance towards B is there as well. A little bit of a down. Super Season working through the back. Just going to end it all. Huge 2-piece. Couple body shots. Map point. Unreal Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heck of a way to fight back after a situation like that. We see the rat spot come to fruition. And in comes Super Season. That second shot is lights out. As Unreal Nightmare, like you said, on that map point, looking to make it 2-0. And heading into a Vault. Galaxy, they've got to feel like you've got to win this round. You've got to send it to a round 11. You get your offense aside you've been strong on. You've got to win this one first. It's up to Unreal Nightmares. They have the bomb in their hands. They get to make the decisions in this round. Will they make the right ones is the question. They're going to look to try to hit fast towards this A side once again, but they zip up immediately out of there. They see a lot of presence. They know when the kitchen is too hot. They get out as it's Super Season still. Holding a lot of that space towards P2. Has a good amount to work off of, but needs to cash in on that positioning eventually.
What will they do here? Yusuf laying in wait. Wevy finding a first blood on the secret skill. Able to take down Super, so the numbers are back to 3-3. Bomb still in hand for Unreal. Here comes another B hit. We're starting to see that come through more and more later in these games of Protocol is just a way to shake things up and get the momentum leaning towards you. And here you go, a 3v2 retake. That rat position out of Sully. Yusuf chows out, gets the kill, just trying to play his life now, not be overly aggressive. gets taken down anyway. Unreal Nightmare will take a commanding 2-0 lead.
Yeah, what a map that was. Haymakers traded, but in the end, it's Unreal Nightmare just that little bit better. And that's a big, big piece towards them getting back to Omit in grand finals. A huge opportunity. Now heading into Vault Control on map 3, you're playing against a team that just completely dominated Omit on this map. I mean, you've got to feel like you're in a bad spot if you're Galaxy, but you've got to fight regardless.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw the fight out of Unreal Nightmare in that previous series. They had a very impressive control. Unfortunately, they met the full wrath of Omit in the next hardpoint, but maybe that could be different for Galaxy here. They are a very talented team. And the way that map number 2 went was unfortunate. They just kind of let things get away from them one or too many times in that search and destroy. So now you really have to hit a strong regain on this control.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good amount of opportunity for Galaxy here. It feels like they've got to come out strong. They've either got to split the first 2 rounds or at least find something. As I mean, we saw this Unreal Nightmare team. I mean, as much as they did beat Omit, a lot of the rounds they won were very close. They came down to a lot of late round scenarios towards that B side. The round they lost, they got flattened by a spawn trap. So that's a note you can take if you're Galaxy here. You can take that information. I mean, they're almost certainly watching stream while warming up. They know exactly how to beat this Unreal Nightmare team, exactly how they like to play. One of the few advantages of being in that loser's side, you get to watch the teams you're going to play against so readily, take notes, get all the information you could ever desire. But to be fair, I mean, Unreal Nightmare probably did the same thing, but the information isn't as applicable being on this exact same map mode combo.
Yeah, well, I have to see how it plays out. I mean, you take a look at what we got. For the specifics of it here. Vault, I mean, you had that wonderful uh round out of them for Unreal Nightmare, and you did talk about that note. They did get flattened out of that spawn trap, but I mean, I don't know if Galaxy is the team that can necessarily continuously apply that type of pressure. You're going to need to do a lot of work on offense and, need to make sure you clutch up on defense. But, allow that chaos to kind of be what it is and just make sure you can control what you can. And on a map like Vault, that's definitely easier said than done. But, you're fighting for your tournament lives here if you're Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, there's money hanging in the balance, and both of these teams want that extra little bit on their check. As I mean, heading into the rest of the series, if for example, Galaxy are able to get this map, I mean, heading into a Hacienda hardpoint is not a terrible spot to be if you're Galaxy. Heading it off on a Vault S&D, I mean, we said it in the Omit series, that could be quite literally anyone's game. It's not always the better team that wins Vault S&D. So it's going to be a pretty interesting series if Galaxy are able to get through this map 3 Vault Control. I think that's going to be the big piece of, how does that really factor in? But, it's hard to say.
I mean, yeah, that's why we play the game. See how they end up rolling out. Not sure how close we are to getting into the control, but I mean, do you realistically see Galaxy coming out and taking this one?
It's hard to say, honestly. I think, I mean, we predicted very poorly when in the Omit series, so it's going to be hard to say. But both of these teams still looking like they need a little bit more time to get set, collected, and ready to go. So we're going to head to a quick break before we get all things sorted out. So we'll be back right after the break. What is that from Jay Nasty? Still fighting in. They find another one. Just a couple more, and this could be Cabal's game to lose. And a huge double from the Strider. Jay Nasty goes huge all by himself. 5 seconds left to fourth. 6 in a row for Jay Nasty. That might just do it. 1 second left, and Infamous Thieves put the icing on the cake. They take an absolute burner of a hard point to the bank, and they move on.
He hit here. Big opener from Poison, and Wevy's going to be able to find another progress being made over at B, and quick progress at that. It's going to be a minimum of 3 stack there. First tick of progress done, second tick of progress done, third tick of progress nearly done. Call it done. Good Lord.
I think we're calling it done. A solid job from Unreal Nightmare on that Bravo take, and they only lost 2 lives doing it. 2 lives for a single objective is a worthy trade, and I will take that to the bank every single chance I get. A phenomenal job from Unreal Nightmare in this control as they remain locked in, only losing 4 lives so far, and they continue to slay out. Cabal grasping for straws at this point. Hopefully they can keep them away from the turtles, if you catch my drift.
I do indeed. Super gonna be able to find that player. The spawn trap not really on right now, but A progress still being.
It's Taff, and they take him down. A great split-second decision for Omit as Bismuth, now in a 1v2, needs to try and find these players. Does know both of their locations. Finds the first. One more gunfight to go. Bismuth finds the timing. Does he have time? Just barely enough. Chaos.
Wow.
4 in a row.
Wow, Biz got icy, and just off of the back of that call you made of how Miller on the flank chain, if you can try to catch someone off guard, in their top spawn building is going to be Sovereign, looking for some players out towards that B side. Not going to find anybody just yet, and this is the most tense this game has been so far.
No, absolutely. I mean, SGP is just absolutely locked up tighter than Fort Knox in this here, but here we go. Opening breaks. Bullets flying every which direction. There's a 2v1. SGP up, and now it's a 1v1. Who's going to get it? Oh, and Blur comes in with the clutch and completely upsets SGP Academy. 6-5. Blur, the man with the plan, carrying his team there to victory in that round 11. Man, what an amazing play. It's like what you blink, and all of a sudden, boom, everybody's dropping. What a series.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happens there. And to Vault, things happen so quickly. It could be such a shell trying to be on the hunt for this player in Slays, who's right outside, but he does not know it. Just coming up with that bombshell. 2 players on the outside, laying down now, waiting for something to pop off. So smart out of the side of Galaxy, but Slays, that child pays off. One down with the pistol, gets it done. Oh my, Galaxy, reverse sweep, round 11, all of it, give it to him.
And competitive throughout, but this is completely different from what we've seen. Legends of Six just can't seem to compete. They grab a couple, but it's still Unreal with the advantage.
Nightmare Factory, not just a training program by Cody Rhodes, but indeed a reality for Legends of Six at the moment against Unreal Nightmare. Critical left alone in a 1v2. Bomb is down. God bless you, pal. It's going to be tough. I think
have a decent setup to hit P3 early here, but so far on P3, it's Infamous Thieves. Skill gonna grab 1, still looking for more, and he'll grab a second as Galaxy, they take hold.
That is bully right through the middle on the back of Skill onto a 5 spree. Let this kid go nuts. Why don't you? May not be able to get streaks just because there may not be enough time for him to hit those, but he will take that every day if his team is getting the map dub, but he'll put 7 in a row on the board, and that should just about do it. The map number 1 goes to that. Zaxaruni comes through with the jump shot, and boy, was it clean. Even Deadshot left alone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Map 3 between Galaxy and Unreal Nightmare. Vault control locked, loaded, ready to go. 2 teams are all that can make it to Grands, and so far Unreal Nightmares, they've put out a pretty good resume in that second team.
So far, so good for them. Still need one more map to close it out. Could be here on the offensive side is going to be Galaxy, finding a couple of kills, but even trades throughout. And pressure amounts for Unreal Nightmare for the moment, cleared off by Yusuf. decent first defensive stand out of Galaxy. Live's not in a bad spot, are down 1, but still, nothing really to remark at there. So, early in these control rounds, just about gaining some map positioning, trying to establish a push if you're on offense, and try to, wade them off step by step if you're on that defensive side.
Yeah, so far it's been Galaxy holding pretty firm here, up 3 lives. Apologies, down 3 lives, but up a lot of positioning and not even really finding much towards this A so far is Unreal Nightmare. So this can get pretty dicey if this does come down to a B site situation, as I do believe... Okay, I am tripping. It looks like our scoreboard's backwards, but looks like it's a pretty interesting setup here. Is still Unreal Nightmare, they're down a lot of lives in positioning. Galaxy holding firm so far, looking to try to close this one out. Up 8 respawns. I mean, that's a lot to try to chew through, as down now 8. I mean, it's a tough one to try to get away with.
Yeah, not looking too great for the side of Unreal Nightmare at the moment on that attack side. Yeah, so that's going to be defense towards the way of Galaxy Gaming. A nice little bit of work there. Never looked too overwhelmed as they're trying to work back into this series. And that's kind of what you look for after losing 2 maps in a row, is the poise in that opening round on a control. They look good.
Yeah, it's a good poise, a good opportunity. I mean, Yusuf is literally 8-0 right now. Like, that is a hell of a start to a map. I mean, that's literally the best start you can have. I don't know if he's on a Hellstorm. I would be not surprised at all if he is. I mean, a great spot to be in from Galaxy. A fantastic first round on the board. Let's see if they can ride that momentum and win an offense round.
They're able to get done here. Galaxy now working on that A zone. Couple of kills will come through. 2 each way. Secret good beams up top. Gets traded out, but pressure still continues to be applied towards that A site. 1 tick already gone. Cleared off for the moment. Yusuf got up to an 11 spree. My God, this kid is dangerous on the map. My goodness, making Vault his own personal playground and making Unreal Nightmare's personal hell. And my goodness, they are cruising right along up to a 13 spree. Goes Yusuf. And my goodness, this is just dominance. And while that was happening, the A point was just wiped out completely. 2 minutes 4 seconds for Galaxy to get this thing done. 19 lives for Unreal's Nightmare to 21 for Galaxy. Yusuf finally did get taken off of that 13 spree. But wow, what an opening run.
Yeah, 13 without dying once is absurd. I mean, that was before his first death of the entire map. As we do see Unreal Nightmare, this life disadvantage, not a huge deal. I mean, we saw in the Omit series, the defensive team, even with a life disadvantage, isn't a huge deal just because how much they have to run into one area. But onto the time, go Galaxy. Going to force a response here for the side of Unreal Nightmare. But Galaxy, they'll find 2 picks. Poison able to grab on their own secret, but now top part control in the hands fully is Poison. Trying to find this flank angle, trying to find these players. Will get taken down before finding even the 1, but they will rip the player off of top part. That's a big piece to find. 1 tick already found for the side of Galaxy, looking to work their way towards a second, a secret. Can't really deal with these players on time right now as that will start to get cleared away. Able to find 1 towards this B Street side. Looking for number 2. Can't quite get it just yet. As in comes the rotation. Sully can't find the shots. Yusuf in secret. Able to grab 2 as that second tick is gone. Looking for number 3. They'll stack it up. 3 onto the point. It may already be gone as Galaxy. They are already looking to punch that 4th map on the docket.
Unreal Nightmare is just living in the bizarro world of that last series, are they not? They came out, lost 2 maps in a row, dominated in the control, and that's exactly what Galaxy's doing here so far. It was a 3-1 for Unreal Nightmare against Omid, but still, this is great work out of Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if it'll be the curse of control coming through, but this time Omid. I mean, they're the ones sitting pretty up in winners regardless of losing that control. Unreal Nightmare They're hoping to either win it here or hoping that that curse stays in effect. As so far, Yusuf, I mean, an unreal scoreline. I assume he's what, like 20 and or 17-3 right now is my best guess. Super Season over grab a couple early ones there on a Wandell and skill. We'll get that first tick under board for Unreal Nightmare. They're going to put their best foot forwards in this offensive round. 2 ticks found already. Still looking to win these fights. They're going to go 2 for 2, and that might be enough. In comes the third tick. It's not quite found as skill clutching up at the last moment will start to reduce that progress. In comes Unreal Nightmare, though. They're flooding together. They need to get this last tick before it gets fully evaporated. And through lower vault comes Super Season, looking to try to find these players. We'll be able to grab one there on the Yusuf. Still looking for more. Is Sully able to get that pick? And that should be the tick found, unless Wandell has something to say about it, and he does. Gets 2 before getting traded out by Super Season. Still should be an opportunity on the point. Yusuf tagged down low. Can he get anything done? Looks like the answer is no. As that tick will be completed alongside at that A side. And a life advantage of 3 for Unreal Nightmare heading into this B.
Yeah, I mean, they got it done. Good job there, and you keep the lives in check, even though Yusuf is absolutely running buck wild this entire map. Now you're going to have to deal with that pressure. Good gunfight win there at a Sully to take out that player up top and find a second onto Wandell as well. Still hunkered in towards that A site. Not much presence towards B just yet. You did have Poison on the wrap trying to make a play happen. But that did get shut down. Super Season trying to find something through mid. Finds a 2-piece to his name. Webby finds a third. Now the only player left up is going to be Skill working through the back, and that's a clearance towards B. And Skill just a couple of shots down, being a nuisance, letting his teammates get around the outside.
Yeah, that's a lot of tags, and his teammates convert off of them. Super Season can't find that play. In comes the Hellstorm from Yusuf to try to close out this round. They want to win it here. They do not want to have to go to a round 4, because they should be able to clear up at least a good amount of this progress on the B second tick. As Unreal Nightmare still only now down 1 respawn, have a great chance in this round still. Still a minute on the board. That timing is so awkward. Super Season able to find one. Poison able to find the trade on Wandell after Super Season went down. Is onto the hill they go. Able to get 2, now 3 onto it. Second tick found, and looking for this flank is Yusuf. Needs to find these players, and soon Super Season coming through will find that kill. Yusuf able to get the pick there, but Poison finds another onto Wandell. It's going to have to be in response from Galaxy. Down 2 lives, and they need to find their way onto the point. As in comes Unreal Nightmare. They're looking to find their way into a map 4 and into the driver's seat. Still looking for more. Super Season around the side. We'll get 1 onto the point again. Third tick almost gone. Looking to try to finish it off. Skill gonna go down top art. Could be the opportunity, and it is. Unreal Nightmare take an unlikely offense round all the way to the bank.
Yeah, it's still alive in this one, and that chance for the 3-0 still remains intact. However, unlikely. Now have to go to the defensive side. We could see around number 5 coming in today. But, you know, Galaxy certainly trying to get it done here with their own offensive win. But that was impressive out of Unreal Nightmare. It felt like off of the back of you capturing A, Galaxy was just going to lock in and trap it down. But they won some really crucial gunfights that are not high percentage gunfights to win. So you got to tip your cap.
I mean, a big performance from Unreal Nightmare with their backs against the wall. They're going to have to do that exact same thing again. Ideally, if they hold Galaxy down to enough ticks, they'll get that advantageous side. But so far, it's Wandell finding 2 to open up this A. That's the first tick already gone. Looking for number 2 is Galaxy. Is even still, they're just going to hunker down for now. A lot of alt routes trying to be hit right now. As it's Sully down through bottom vault, looking to try to make something happen. Even still, it's an absolute white fest as Webby gets a great timing onto some of those players. That'll stop the progress towards A so far. In comes the spawn trap a little bit here from Poison. Able to get a couple before falling back. It's Super Season able to maintain that right side as well as Poison. He's going to be an absolute menace. He's up towards Trophy. Going to get that first pick on a Wandell. Look at the information Galaxy are having to forego to try to sniff him out. They will not be able to do so just yet. Poison and Sully maintaining the spawn trap. And they're pulling a page out of Omit's book. Wandell able to grab one there on the Poison, but now the rest of the players are in position. Sully able to grab that first one, gets traded out on a second. Secret able to grab that trade on to Super Season will relinquish the spawn trap for now, as it's only Wevy in position, and he's not in a great spot to make something happen. Just going to try and stay in the back lines here. Makes a little bit of noise, and he's going to get hunted down now. Can he stay alive is the question. Looks like the answer is no, but a lot of time burned on the front end here for Galaxy. They need to get in towards this point, but look at how far back Wevy's spawning. Now an opportunity given from Galaxy to try to make their way onto this point. Waddell on the Strider rips that headshot, and now it's an opportunity. Galaxy on the point, will freeze the time. Halfway through that second tick, still looking for more. Super Z able to grab one onto the point, will clear it. One more time, one last fight, and it's Yusuf on top. Who would have guessed? As again, they're ripped off of the point, and now it's Galaxy in a little bit of desperation.
Yeah, and that's 3 dead. The only player alive just got ripped, and he just came off a spawn, so that's going to be a clean 4 dead. Unreal Nightmare locking this thing in. Up 9 lives. Sully just trying to rip everything in sight. The clock expires. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a round 5 on our hands. And boy, did they clutch up when it counted for ticks. This defense decision is going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tumultuous situation if you're Galaxy. The momentum is now against you. You've put yourselves in a pretty awkward position, and you're going to have to try to convert. This is your tournament in life now on the line. One last chance to send it to a map 4. You faltered on the first 2. Can you convert on the third?
It'd be the question of the tournament for these teams. Could be the end for Galaxy, could be a rewrite of history for the side of Unreal Nightmare, but we'll see how it goes. Early trades back and forth. Defensively holding on is Galaxy for the moment. We have seen Unreal Nightmare walk away with some impressive moments on the offensive side. Let's see if they have it in their bones.
Good play from Waddell. Just catches that slide chow. Gets another as well. Good opportunity to try to make something happen here for the side of Unreal Nightmare, but they're holding down and firm for now. Sully and Webby going to find a couple. Skill going to trade one back onto Sully. Still not able to find much toward the point so far. Webby able to get that trade onto Skill as Yusuf from that top floor. No one really in position to try to challenge him as he's going to go try and get deep. But Sully going to find that timing. Waddell in secret, though, from the front end will get that play. Only 1 tick found so far from Unreal Nightmare. 40 seconds left. And 21-21 lie the lives. Not a great advantage so far for Unreal Nightmare as they get that kill onto the point for the side of Galaxy. Skill's going to get a second on the Webby. Still hunting, still fighting is Unreal Nightmare as Super Season and Poison will find a couple. It's onto Waddell onto the point. Gets a tag and a kill. Needs to finish off the second, and he will do so. Yusef with a little bit of an assist is all that's needed. He's living it up at 30 and 19 right now as Webby. Gonna get a couple to open up the point once more from that top end. Needs to find some more of these players before they can really commit to the hill. As a good chow from Waddell will be all it takes. Second tick found, looking for that number 3. Down 2 lives is Unreal Nightmare. Now make that 3. There's a 2 down, maybe all it takes. Poison able to find 1. Poison does get shut down after the second. I thought he had it there for a moment. They're gonna have to fly towards this hill. Unreal Nightmare. It's desperation mode. Can they get on? Time throws. Gunfights found. They need a little bit more. Poison able to find another, but Waddell with the insta trade. And that will do it. Map 3 in the hands of Galaxy.
They get one done, and oh boy, was that defense ever so clutch for them. Not to be had any offensive fireworks for Unreal Nightmare this time. And even if they had ended up getting that final push to capture, hey, there was so little lives to deal with. You feel like B was going to be almost impossible. So excellent, excellent defense out of Galaxy when it counted most for them.
Yeah. They're in a position as Galaxy. I mean, like I said, they've got a good chance to fight back into this series. Hacienda Hardpoint and Vault S&D are 2 map mode combos that one of which you're not playing a ton, being Hacienda Hardpoint, and the other is it's Vault S&D. Sometimes doesn't always go the way you're hoping, and that's a pretty good situation to be in considering you went down the first 2 if you're Galaxy. You have an opportunity to really fight back into this, and obviously it's going to start with that Hacienda Hardpoint, but it's one that you've got to take sooner rather than later. You've got to put a good foot forwards, get a good start going. If you get into a hole against this Unreal Nightmare team, it's just going to keep getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah, and you can't let them run away and get confident. And on a map like Hacienda, you can see things start to build rather quickly. If a team gets hot, let one of their subs run through mid on that P1, get you off guard any which way on the map as you're trying to rotate on in. It could be just such a blender to try to get through. And whoever can set it up can really take advantage and take control of the map. It's not that easy to do because the other team sub could just get as hot as you do. So this could be just back and forth action the entire way, and we could very well see a map 5.
Yeah, I would love to see a map 5 between these two teams. I mean, it's a good $200 in the balance as an update that I just received. It looks like third place has gotten a little bump up to 150. So an even 1,500 on the board up for grabs for all three of these remaining teams. Any single one of them can still take that top spot. I mean, so far, both of the teams playing this match have already got their check cashed for 150. Omit's got one for 350 at the very least, but both of these teams going to look to try to get on level. They want their run back against Omit. They want their opportunity to make something happen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Hacienda, you talk about it. Where are the keys to success for Galaxy getting to that map 5?
I think a lot of it is going to be getting control of that P2. We've seen Unreal Nightmare get a really good step towards P2 a lot on this map throughout the season. I think especially that P1 is going to be pretty dicey. I mean, it always is on Hacienda. There's a lot of overlooks. There's a lot of angles to try to make things happen from. But that P2 especially is going to be a big one. Same with the P4, a little bit less so. The P2 is the real, I want to say, money hill on Hacienda, where you get a good amount of chunk of change. There's still a very good break potential. 3 entrances is a pretty good number to try to make work. But we'll see a lot of teams getting pretty big spawn outs on that P2. So you only get a couple of good chances to break it through.
Yeah, so we'll see how it ends up playing out, and we're getting into this one right now, chat. Map number 4, Galaxy looking to extend things further, and Unreal Nightmare looking to set their date with Omit in the grand finals. Graf, it's been a blast getting through these games so far today. I think we got another hot one on our hands here. I just can't wait to get into it, man.
Yeah, I know I said I'd stop doing predictions, but this one, I would be surprised if it didn't come down to the wire. I know every time I've said that, it's been wrong, but this time I truly believe it. Hacienda is one of those maps that just always feels like it comes down to those last few seconds. As in we go, fast, locked, loaded. Couple kills already on the board. 3-for-3 trade, and now towards this initial point. Galaxy gonna get some time on Secret. That's a great way to start a map. As initially, we'll get traded out by Wevy. Woundell with grab one auto poison on the back side as well. Still, on the point is Galaxy trying to maintain control of this P2 side. They're doing a great job so far as Poison in towards the point. We'll get a stem text onto 1, looking to try to get some time on the board. But he's in a little bit of an awkward spot, trying to just stay alive, trying to potentially send a player through. We do see now Poison, number 1 on your minimap, trying to make something happen towards that P2 side as in comes the hill of P2, locked and loaded, first one on the board, and it looks like it's Unreal Nightmare in position, but they're getting surrounded a little bit. They fight it out, though. 3 down is a great start.
Excellent for them. P2, you talked about that money hill, looking to make that come true here. Galaxy having to push through the front, now trying to work through that big entranceway, trying to find some kills through there, and Skill is just going to throw some attention out towards that rock side. Couple of shots going down. Wandell finding a big 2-piece, but Sully on the respawn is going to get pinched here by Secret, and that's the break. Galaxy looking to get right back into this thing, potentially take the lead, but the spawns are pretty close for Unreal Nightmare to try to throw a couple of bodies at this thing towards the end of the scrap. But you got to keep P3 in the back of your mind. Hacienda is not one of the smaller maps in rotations.
Yeah, they get a really bad spawn off of the back of that last fight. I mean, look at Galaxy. They've got a great amount of control over this P3. They've got one player trying to stop the progress. Will get shut down as it's Yusuf getting taken out. Sully gonna grab one there on a Secret as well, but the time is still in the hands of Unreal Nightmare off the back of those fight wins as Wandell gonna get one before getting traded down. Not able to get a lot more than that as in comes Unreal Nightmare. They're already on to this point. They're getting a setup cooking as Wevy gets a timing there onto Skill. Still looking for more. They get the player out of Garage. That's a big kill to find. 2 through the front door, and they both get shut down by Wevy as Skill still trying to fight. He'll go around the outside, trying to make something happen. He'll get taken out He'll be a traitor on the day. Is still Secret of Wandell looking to try to make something happen, but we'll get one from Super Season onto the point as it's contested for the moment. Wandell able to grab a second one there. A skill through the front door will get the break. In comes the 4 down, and Galaxy should be able to get the rest of the scrap.
Trying to lock in on that scrap so they can take the lead. P4 is kind of engulfed at the moment by Unreal Nightmare. They're going to find 3 dead as well. So Galaxy has to make a full rotation over towards this P4. Did lock down the rest of the scrap. Will have that slight lead, but still need to find a lot of big kills here. They are going to break up and have a little bit of a wrap out of Wandell. I like the patience. I like the timing. Good gunfight win as well. See if they can come out on top of the trades, and they do. Wandell, a huge 3 to take the hill and grab it for Galaxy, but he's the only player up. He needs to stay alive while his teammates get here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough skill to make work, but he gets it nonetheless. 30 seconds on this P4 still. Trying to sit in that contest spot is Unreal Nightmare, but they're ripped off of it. Now the split spawn comes through, and they turn and burn. A great couple from Skill and Yusuf will keep this hill under Galaxy's control. We're still neck and neck. First rotation almost done. Yusuf trying to get a timing. Will stop the swap to the Strider and get that one as Poison. We'll get the trade. Still looking towards this P4 is Unreal Nightmare, able to get those kills. 5 seconds of scrap will go their way, but back to P1 we go. After the first rotation, 14 points up is Galaxy.
He's doing a great job. P3 to P4, getting that lead right back. P1 is here now for Unreal Nightmare, however. Sully laying on the hill. Poison in a good spot to try to catch someone rotating out. Is going to get the double chow. Gets traded out. Good pickup by Skill there. But in the hill is Sully. Gets one. Gets traded out. So the hill open for the moment. Secret with the chow. Team shots come through. Not going to hold on long is Unreal Nightmare. And that's just that mixiness of P1 coming through.
Yeah, Galaxy able to reestablish that lead. Gonna get a little bit of a step towards that P2. They've got the spawns in their favor. Gonna look to keep it that way is now Skill. He's gonna try to hit this alt route. Still towards the point go Unreal Nightmare. They're gonna try to make this one last hit. I mean, they kind of are on the way to P2 through it, but now they're gonna try to hit the alt route. It's Poison and Sully gonna try to grab these spawns. They'll get one before getting traded. Look for that second, but a huge fight win from Secret will contain the spawns and maintain that control as now it's Wevy on the front door of the hill, looking to try to make something happen, but there's just nothing until his teammates arrive. Wandell to grab one, looking for that second, and it's an absolute massacre from Galaxy on the P2.
Yeah, no, it was looking all right in the first set of rotations for Unreal Nightmare, but you are firmly on the back foot now. Not with, you're still within striking distance if you can make a money hill of your own, but it doesn't feel like Galaxy's going to allow that to happen.
Ooh,
but a
okay.
4 dead could change the pace just like that. And I guess it's never too late when you're against a team that's as talented as Unreal Nightmare.
Yeah, that should be the rest of this scrap going their way, but it's going to be Wandell trying to chow in with Yusuf in the side wings. Able to get one and a good trade from Yusuf. Will claim a good amount of the scrap as the teammates come through as reinforcement. They'll get those 3 kills as well. That's still going to be a good setup for P3 for Unreal Nightmare, but the lead not as big as it could have been off of the back of a good break, but now quickly towards the hill we go. It's Wandell and Skill looking to try to make their way towards the hill quickly. Is Unreal Nightmare. They're going to get on time. Super Season able to grab one before getting traded. Still looking for more. Is Wandell onto the point. Poison still pushing through. He's got this good initial position. Able to get that one. Just a straight up 50-50 and he wins it. Skill able to grab that trade. Still looking for more. Is Yusuf on the side. Will get one over the top. Tries to find a second, but Super Season able to shut that one down. Skill able to grab the trade onto that. Will flip the hill for the moment. Galaxy picking up this time. Over 150 they go. As in comes Unreal Nightmare. They need to find this break. Webby going to go down to Yusuf there. Is still looking for more as Yusuf. They know all 3 are coming through this angle. Still Poison able to find one there onto Skill. Looking to try to break it in one more time. One more opportunity. Yusuf and Secret. Wandell and all will find all the kills as an Unreal Nightmare still maintain the time for a moment before it gets ripped away as Galaxy. Nice and set up for this P4. Skills here early. Do they expect him is the question. The answer is nobody can't find the shot. A huge whiff from Skill. Uncharacteristic from him. But Wandell through the front door finds the 2 to pick up the slack. 5 streak on the board. Almost out of Hellfire and Galaxy. They don't want to let off the gas just yet.
No, they can smell the map number 5. The work is not done, but they are just impressing on this Hacienda hardpoint right now, finding every crucial gunfight win, coming out on top of trade battles, making sure that Unreal Nightmare has difficult breaks every single time. Nothing is coming easy. Every single one of those 118 counting points that Unreal Nightmare has been hard fought for.
Okay, comes the Hellfire from Londell. Was able to get it off the back of that last life. Looking to try to break this P2 right back, and he'll get one off of the mini missiles. That'll flip the point back in the favor of Galaxy, but a good fight win from Poison. We'll keep it in the hands of Unreal Nightmare, at least for now. 4 in position for Unreal Nightmare as that P3 rotation's got to come in pretty soon here. It's already Wevy on the way there. The scrap will go the way of Unreal Nightmare. They need to count every point as a blessing. Galaxy already over that 200 point mark. 1 hill down is Unreal Nightmare. They can make a good P1 out of this. They could be right back in it. In it comes an opportunity. A little bit of a split up from Galaxy, looking to try to route through these top areas, but they can't get that player through. Secret goes down. That's a big piece of the offense done as Wandell, he will get taken down. He's been a big slayer for this Galaxy team so far in this map, but he's 27 and 17, looking to go even harder. Yusuf looking for more. Onto the point he goes as he flips to the time, but Super Season still in a great spot to take down these players. 3 down, 4. Unreal Nightmare should lead them onto the point. There's a 4 down. Some time to go alongside it. 23 seconds. They have the P2 spawns underway.
Yeah, you gotta think things could start to turn here for the side of Unreal Nightmare. That P1 was just a masterclass. You don't see that much time gained on the P1 often, especially in 2 teams that are as competitive as these 2 teams are. But now you're set up for that P2, which could be excellent. The breaks have been able to come through so far on P2, but you don't necessarily want to count on that. 33 seconds left needed for Galaxy, looking for a break to close.
Now that's a great early start. Good play from Super Season. Needs to stay alive on the hill. Can't get the second pick. It's Secret to find it. No one watching the side door. A lapse in communication at the worst time from Unreal Nightmare. Still, they need to find this break or this hill will signal a map 5. Yusuf trying to shut down anything they can get going. In comes a Hellfire. Won't find anything there. As in it comes the play. Wevy able to find the first one there on Wandell. Going for a swim is Super Season, but it's Wevy through the front door. Getting enough as it's Super Season to finish off the break from that side angle. Will continue to rack up the score. Only 12 points in the side for Galaxy to close out this map, but Unreal Nightmare, they're within striking distance. They're within 1 hill. They cross 200, and they're going to look to try to make this P3 work. It's Poison in an advanced location. Do they know he's here? Yes, they do. Wandell going to take him down as Sully needs to make something happen quick. 12 seconds on the board. They need to find these players. Secret going to grab an initial pick there on Super Season, looking for more. 8 seconds left. They need to fight on through. 1 trade found, but in comes the second shot from Secret. That might just do it on its own. In comes the contest. 3 seconds left. As Unreal Nightmare, they continue to battle. They continue to fight. Yusuf, though, around the side, needs to get those points, but can't quite do so. They'll get cleaned up. Unreal Nightmare still won't be able to win off this hill. They're going to have to make that long rotation over to P4 while containing all of the scrap, and that's an almost insurmountable task. 1-1, Dell finds 3. That'll be all it takes. We'll see you map 5.
Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, I didn't make a prediction because if I made a prediction, I would have been wrong. But you were right, Graf. That was an absolute bang out. And honestly, Galaxy was in control for most of that game. But Unreal Nightmare was just hanging around long enough that P1 to P2 was really successful for them towards the end. But it was just too big a deficit for them to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, now we're in a situation where Unreal Nightmare, they're in a rough spot. They've got 2 maps slammed back on their face in a row. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You're heading into a Vault hardpoint, or apologies, not Vault hardpoint, Vault S&D. It's a map you've played to no end. You're comfortable, but that's the issue. It's Vault S&D. I mean, I'm a certified Vault S&D hater, and even I will say this could go either way. I would be shocked if we don't at least see around 9.
It's going to be so interesting to watch this unfold. It's just Whose gunny's hotter in the moment at that bang out towards A? You hardly ever see B, and it's not even like it's protocol where I'm like, okay, switch things up and go B. You have to deal with that player top R over at B, and it just doesn't seem worth it to try to chow out. Maybe you can get someone through the back line if you get a first blood over on the left side, but still, that's a lot to ask in a time mode like search and destroy. So it's just consistent bang outs, and you just got to be ready for it.
Yeah, I think this one is going to be a big opportunity for both of these teams. We're locked, loaded, and ready to go. Vault S&D, map 5. This is the one that'll decide who gets that extra little bonus and who goes home. 3 teams left, and both of these teams are looking to be that team that makes it to grand finals. As here we go.
I can't wait. It is the 2 sweetest words in Call of Duty. Map 5 on the offensive side is going to be Unreal Nightmare. Shocker, going towards the A site, getting the bomb down, playing around the outside is going to be Galaxy. Not getting too aggressive on the defense. Early couple of shots, nobody falling just yet. Little anchor positioning out of Sully in P2, trying to get someone rapid towards the outside. Oh, a little turn and burn by Super Season. Secret does find Sully, so the numbers remain even, but we're at 3-3 now, and the push comes through. Poison finds the first, can't connect onto the second, so now you have 2 players for Galaxy on the bomb site and 2 around the outside for Unreal, trying to clutch you up on this offense.
Yeah, they just can't get anything together, though. Galaxy, they fry them both off in just straight up gunfights. And that'll be the round for Galaxy. A great start on a map where they needed to maintain momentum, and that's the first one on the board.
3. You gotta get it up to them. Good job. You won those gunfights down below, and that kill on Poison was so influential. And that allowed you 2 1v1 gunfights, and you won them both. Hats off to Galaxy. Clutching up on that defense. And, you know, we do talk about it being a bang out a lot more often than not over towards that A site, but I think the teams that play a little bit more slowly and don't go for that first blood right away have more success.
Yeah, I think, I mean, even in that 2v2 scenario, I would have loved to see a little bit more patience out of Unreal Nightmare. You still have that player towards pool that has a stem text in his hand. You can stall some time, potentially try to make something else happen. But into this next round, I mean, Yusuf already with a pick. They're going to get down towards that lower vault, get that bomb down easily. Because now, you're in a position as Unreal Nightmare. You have to retake down numbers. There's still a player over towards P2 that's going to cause all kinds of problems if you try to hit through pool late. I mean, trying to route out that player now is Swevy, but that's going to be a full gunfight against an AR that's already holding in secret. I mean, not one to miss that opportunity. As now down to a 2v4, it's going to be a very difficult road to redemption. Poison able to find that first one to open it up and put it in the realm of possibility. As that player through pool did collapse into the site. So that's going to cause Sully a lot of time to try to clear that guy out. That isn't even there. That's going to be a constant paranoia. The knife in the back and the knife in the front is the even more dangerous one. Sully able to find the one, but there's just nothing left. Galaxy, they'll get a second round in a row.
And they just seem to be able to handle this chaos that is the bottom vault pool area so much better at the moment than Unreal Nightmare has been able to. Just calm in that close quarters, and you mentioned how crammed it is, and it doesn't seem to bother them a single bit.
Yeah, not bothering them is exactly right. I mean, they've been playing well this whole series, and now they have the chance to make the reverse sweep happen. Secret already with an RCXD on the board. 3-0, he sits. We're going to try to make something happen with this towards that lower pool area. He's got a good flank on some of these players. Can he find the kills? Oh, wow. Absolutely shocked that didn't find a kill, but still, fast play off of it. You should be able to find 2. We're trying to get that trade to Super Season on the skill. We'll get that 1 kill. And now it's down to Sully and Super Season in a 2v3 against Waddell, Yusuf, and Secret. And just getting swarmed, turned, and burned. Sully able to grab 1, but it's all gone and all for naught. Galaxy 3 straight.
Starting to roll just a little bit. They've won 2 defenses now and an offense. Not much they're doing differently. They're just staying calm and poised and working with the information they have, not trying to force a single play.
Tough situation if you're Galaxy to try to close this out. You've already made it so far. You have just that little bit left to give. How much farther can you reach into your bag? You're already up 3. You just need to put some finishing touches on it. You can't afford to let Unreal Nightmare start building some momentum. You have all of that on your side. You've got the reverse sweep on the docket. You want to cash that check. And how much more can you reach in and make that happen? Already up a number as in comes the play. Potentially towards this B side, it looks like that's the case. Wevy, is he ready to try and hold these players back is the question. Door closed. Wevy going to find the first one. Gets out of that dangerous situation. He does spot them out towards B. Bomb plant coming through. Will the nade find it in time? No, it's Sully that finds that player. As now it's Unreal Nightmare in the numbers advantage, and they're going to start taking the driver's seat in this round. It's down to Secret. 5-3 on the board. Still looking to try to make his way towards that Hellstorm. If he can win this round, he might just get there. But he's going to get chased out, 35 HP. He needs to make this 1v3 happen and keep the momentum alive.
Yeah, and a good stopgap around here from Unreal Nightmare are absolutely in the driver's seat of this one. It's going to take a Secret absolute phenomenal performance here to pull this one off. Just going to go ahead and lay down on a 5 spree, see if he's able to maybe find someone challenge him, just extend it a little bit, but wise play just to kind of hunker down, not give yourself up easily with that bomb down on the B site. I like it. It's just a good win out of Unreal.
Yeah. I would have liked to see Unreal hunt a little bit earlier here. Obviously, you don't want to try to accidentally throw around that you really should win as Secret. Able to find a good couple shots, but that's it. Round over. Unreal Nightmare. They start their road back in. 1-3 is by no means impossible to make your way back from.
Oh, no, you're still in the neighborhood, especially with a round like that. It wasn't a nail-biter round where you kind of squeaked it out. You brought it to him and you got it done. So that's a big swing of momentum for this Unreal Nightmare squad trying to take it away after they lost 2 maps in a row.
That's going to be a fast hit again. Surprise, surprise, down this vault. Bomb plant will come through very, very quickly as Galaxy, they're setting back. They don't want to rush anything too quickly. They're going to let the utility do the work for early on in the round. But still, over towards P2, it's Sully trying to find some early shots. We'll get the damage, but not the full kill. In comes the RCXD, but they're going to catch one down in the RCXD, it looks like. Doesn't look like they'll find him. There it is. They get him a little bit later as he comes out of it. Is now a good opportunity for V2. Unreal Nightmare looking to start some momentum of their own, as that'll be a good first one. Secret gets a trade, but that's just not enough. Almost gets the kill there onto Sully. Gets taken down to 13 HP on his own, and there's just nowhere near enough time. Unreal Nightmare, they're starting to claw their way back in.
Yeah, here we go. We're 1 round away from evening it up. New ball game here. This is just really good work out of Unreal Nightmare. Kind of taking a page out of the Galaxy books, switching things up, playing a little bit more towards the outside retake value, and just let them have that bomb site and collapse after.
Yeah, now an opportunity to even up the score. Unreal Nightmare, 2 streaks on the board that are close to an RCXD. Could be another thing to get them through over the line. As in comes the aggression. Galaxy, again, shocker, gonna go towards that A side very swiftly. Super Season gonna get tagged up by that stun, so they know he's here. That won't matter too much with the bomb already getting planted, and it will go down. So it's gonna be a 4v4 retake. Unreal Nightmare, this is the kind of round that you've got to win.
Get this thing back even would be huge for your mentals. Now playing slowly around the outside, making sure they have time to push together and don't give up anything too easily. And if they do give up something, make sure you have the trade off of the back. All 3 players, excuse me, hunkering in that bomb site. Opening gunfight does go towards Yusuf. Traded out. Another one comes through for Galaxy. 1 player left is Sully. He grabs one. It's down to a 1v2. See what he's able to make happen here. Nothing, unfortunately, because the bomb did not have time to be defused. They get the kill anyway. Galaxy extends the lead.
Yeah, a big, big opportunity for Galaxy now, up to 4-2. And a lot of that round came down to the play near Pier 2. I thought the opportunity would be presented after Unreal Nightmare was able to rip off that player, but they just aren't able to win the fights on the site. It was Secret. They just ended up in such an awkward spot of timing against Sully towards P2. And I thought that would open up the round entirely, but Galaxy, to their credit, they shut the door as they're looking to on this series. They want the full reverse sweep into Champs Finals. It's going to be a quick bomb plant. Surprise, surprise, towards this A side. But what's the response from Galaxy looking like this time? It's Webby getting that first pick onto Wandell. Still, Secret needs to find a shot to equalize the numbers, but they're not giving him anything as it's a 4v3 retake as Galaxy down numbers.
And Unreal Nightmares favoring that P2 side a lot, thinking there's a lot of backwards pressure. You do get that read out of Sully. Excellent timing to get that kill. So you maintain the numbers advantage, and Super's going to find one as well. So Secret, the last alive, trying to make something happen, cannot. And Unreal Nightmare, they'll get back within one.
Now we're going to go the distance, at least around 9. Not a surprise between these two teams. It's now an opportunity again for Unreal Nightmare to draw even. And if they're going to get out of this map, they want to do it soon. They do not want to go to a round 10, round 11, but they're not going to have a choice. Galaxy already putting their foot already through the car. They put it on the gas a little hard, but they just need to finish. Unreal Nightmare on defense this time. They're going to have to try to play that retake towards the A side, but it's a full 4v4 towards the site. They will be able to get the bomb plant down, but in position very quickly is Unreal Nightmare. Will they try the fast retake is the question. It's Secret off in Narnia, trying to make something happen, trying to get some kind of positioning, as in comes the plant and in comes the play. They plant towards that vault side for Secret on this backstab. He's going to try to backstab through lower vault to try to kill these players, right? Retaking through Webby, trying to shoot the legs. We'll get a big tag, but not the full kill. The question of this round is, when will Secret become active? There it is. Gets the pick onto Poison. Numbers advantage in the hands of Galaxy. Looking to get that 5th round under their belt. Sully, though. All 3 of these players heading through that pool side. Secret will try to get that wrapped through, but it's again, the gunfight wins come through. Super Season able to find that first trade. Looking to try to find their way into the bomb room now. They will try to get something going. Super Season turning and burning is Sully. All down to Secret. That one player on the board finds the melee and the disrespect. Galaxy, they get round 5 on the board.
Wow, Galaxy just staying alive long enough to get that bomb to explode, and my goodness, you stopped the defuse with the melee weapon. Secret, he was so influential. Oh, this was Donatello's bow staff. Nasty work there. Gets traded out, but there's no time for a defuse, so they are officially knocking on series point. Still some work to go here. Unreal Nightmare certainly doesn't want to go away without a fight.
Galaxy, they want their run back against Omit. They want their opportunity. Sully on a 3 streak could make his way towards an RCXD by the end of this round. Could be an opportunity to get it back into this map. Down 2 rounds. They're going to need 3 in a row. It's a good start as they get themselves onto the bomb, but it's going to be a fast retake through. It's an absolute mess. An absolute bang out towards this A, but it's a good response from Unreal Nightmare. They get out of dodge. They look to try to reset, recollect. How much can they get as Poison on towards this second story is in a great spot, but Wandell already maintaining that bomb building. It's going to be a good kill from Super Season on a skill to try to potentially open up this B side, but Secret still laying large with this big AR towards top art. It's going to be a surround onto Wandell. He's spotted out. Can they find the shots onto the legs? They find the kill. Now it's all down to Secret. 1v3. Sully on a 3 streak as well. Will be that bomb plant coming through. Plenty of time, even if it gets canceled. Secret going to try to go fast, going to try to go quick, but he can't get anything. As Unreal Nightmare now within 2.
And it's just winning your gunfights at this point in the search and destroy. We're pretty much just banging out towards A. The defensive team is taking a little bit more time, not giving up the first blood. It's been all about the retake efficiency, and that's what it was there. Unreal Nightmare has the numbers advantage, and they convert.
One last opportunity to draw even here if you're Unreal Nightmare. Obviously, these have all been do or die rounds, but this time they have the chance to flip the script. It's Galaxy on offense. They get the chance to dictate the pace before it gets sent to a round 11. They have to win this one on offense if they want the best chance to get there. They don't want to go to round 11. Wandell with a good pick on there. Sully will give them a lot of control. Do they know they have the space is the question. It could be still some in the bomb room, but there's none to be found. It's Wevy. Could drop down through upper vault, but will elect to just stay firm for now. Needs to stay alive for his team. Again, it's Secret in the side wings, looking to try to make it a longer play. Looking to try to make something happen, catching that player in the corner, but Poison with a great play. 3 found, and it's down to Secret in the blink of an eye. It's Wevy in Super Season to try to hold the line, and there it goes. Round 11, locked and loaded. Here we come.
Oh, and you know Unreal Nightmare's fired up about this one. Just ripping off a few rounds in a row, and they are feeling it. You see all those extra pistol shots. They are fired up. You can just feel how badly these teams want it. It's extra cash, and it's a chance to take down the big dogs, and there's no better way to do it than a map 5 round 11.
Now, both of these teams were sent here by Omit, and both of them want their get back. As down to the wire, Galaxy looking to try to make that reverse sweep a reality. Unreal Nightmare looking to confirm their spot back in that grand finals. They came from winners, but now they want to try to avoid it. Bomb plant will come through here from Galaxy. Again, it's going to come down to what can Secret do in the side wings here. What can they accomplish? Looking to try to flush him out is Wevy. Plenty of time on the clock, but Sully still very far away, looking to try to make this timing work. Onto the bomb site, though. They need to start collapsing. They need to start conversing with each other. Look at the timing for Sully. Might be able to find Secret towards that play. Might have spotted him out. Might not have. Secret will get taken down. The knife in the back now. Vanquish looking to try to make their way into the site, though. Time running low. It's Wevy finding a second. One-Del with the trade. One-Del with 3. Looking for 4. One-Del goes huge all by himself and punches Galaxy's ticket all on his lonesome. They complete the reverse sweep, and they'll see Omit in the grand finals.
I just don't know what else to say about that. One-Del finding every last player. I believe that was his second ace of this search and destroy, and just put it all up to him. Why don't you? My God, it looked like it was Unreal Nightmare series.